Hey guys, last day of summer in Minnesota. We got a little Indian summer. Oh, little update. Still got nothing for DC. The good news is, though, Time Warner, being passed around like a drunk girl at a party, is going to probably wind up with Comcast or Universal. And in between that, they decided to not give Lunar the independent exclusive. And now I can get these comics through a Canadian distributor called Universal. Now, I haven't called them or talked to them yet because I still don't give a two shits about DC. No one's even asked. But, Lunar, I'm just going to go through Universal. So, Christine, you DCBS owning bitch, fuck you. All right, now, I have got some comics in. Another cool batch of stuff. Well, people ask, Steve, why do you do this for a living? I'm like, because of this.
The Motherlode!
An X-Men run.
Giant size.
So let's just look at them. Z, why don't you get behind me?
Behind you. Like Han Solo.
Cool books. So the
like
first
Han Solo.
First one's a giant size one.
Alas, poor Dave Cockrum. He suffered so terribly.
It's a weird book because CGC grades them inconsistently, so I've seen so many of these graded, and they can be any grade. But this one's pretty nice. I think CGC looks for the spine the most, right? And that's got a nice spine. The back doesn't have anything poking through like they usually does. It's a little dirty, and it's got a piece coming off.
It's perfect. Even smells good.
It's got a little stain right there.
Ignore it.
Right. So I originally priced it at $3,500. I call it fine. Is it fine? I don't know.
More than fine.
Well, if you were to like grade this strictly according to the Overstreet things, no, it's not fine. But it's fine for a giant size one. And I think that's how CGC approaches the book too. They do grade it differently than other comics. So I priced it at $3,500. It hasn't been pressed. None of this. I don't press books, but I know a lot of people who do. They could probably squeeze a half a grade out of this. Maybe if they can clean that up. I don't know. I heard that if you press it and maybe take a hair blow dryer to this, wet it, and you can get that out of there. But I don't want to fuck around with it, you know? It is one of my all-time favorite books. So this came out in 75. It's not as rare as you would think. Not like 94, but it's an amazing book. Look at this. First appearance of Magic, his little sister. It's funny.
Colossus' sister.
But it's first Colossus, first Storm,
first
Nightcrawler,
Wolverine.
Second Wolverine.
With his normal mask.
Second Wolverine, yeah. Yeah, that's his first. They did change his costume a bit. So the old X-Men are trapped on this island with this monster.
Land.
Krakoa. Now Krakoa's their friend and they live on his island. So that's kind of cool, you know? This is one of the all-timers. The way that it's inked is just phenomenal. They really spent their time with this one. So they're fighting, and they got to rescue all the old X-Men. There's Krakoa. He's the island that walks like a man, bro. It's just a beauty. And then a reprint. So I priced it at $3,500. I'll probably take $3,000 for it. It's not a bad price for that. I think that this is a good book at $3,000. But if you want to get it CGC graded, I couldn't forecast better than a 5, maybe a 6 at most, right? And it doesn't go for that much as a 6. But if you look at CGC 6s, they don't look as good as this. So you gotta buy the book, not the grade, people. That's the key. You gotta buy the book. So that's that. And then we got 94, right? Which, this one's in fine. Straight up fine, just like that one. This is a better fine than that fine, if such a thing exists. But I can't go fine plus, because it's got a crease there. I got this one at $800. I had one in a grade lower than this, and I sold it like 3 days for $400 for like a VGF. So I don't know. Twice as good a shape, if you want to say that, right? For twice the price. That might be too cheap, but again, it's $800. I don't know. Now, this one is harder to get than Giant Size 1 because these were on the newsstand and didn't sell out, where that one sold out. So all the copies in 1975 that were unsold were destroyed. They were pulped. And this one did not have a good sell-through. So about half the print run was destroyed.
Terrible.
And the entire print run of this survived.
Well, that's why
Okay.
it's giant size.
What is the print run? It's hard to say. Let's
Wow.
let's just say for shits and giggles, it's 250,000 copies.
It's a lot.
Could be more, could be less, but for argument's sake. So this one has about 120,000, 25,000, and this one has 200, 250 left, right? That's not a lot, and they're all fucked up or in collections, and a lot of them get destroyed, and you know. What percentage of the run is fine that's left? I mean, small. So let's just say there's 125,000 in existence of this book. We'll cut it to 100 from fires and stuff like that. So there's 100,000 copies of this. How many of them are in this shape or better?
34%.
Oh, it's hard to say. Certainly 20,000. So, all right, so we got a nice number 10, which I think is an undervalued book. I call it
Kazar. Is it the first Kazar?
First Khazar, first Zabu, and first Savage Land. And I got it at 1,000. It's a nice FVF, though. It's nice. I think it's an undervalued book, but it is $1,000. So
It is $1,000.
I got an absolute gem mint, perfect 266.
The Raging Cajun.
I mean, this might be a 9.8 as it sits.
Mon ami.
I
It's
mean,
me, Gambit.
It is so nice. So 600 seems cheap, but got a first Dazzler.
Dazzler, the disco
It's a
Dazzler.
9.4, 9.6, so 300. And this is a gem. First appear, it's a double key. First White Queen, Emma Frost, and first Kitty Pryde. And it's mint. It's just a beauty.
That's the where Wolverine kills more Hellfire people.
No, that's a different one. But this one in 9.8 is like $2,000. So I got it at 600. I just don't think it's a 9.8 though, you know? I just don't. It
I'll
could,
just
I bet
ignore
you
that.
you could probably press that
We'll
out
ignore
though.
that.
You could
We'll
press that out though. So this could be pressed maybe into that. I don't know. It's a nice book. All right, so that's the X-Men. Then I got a whole run, of course. So we got, these are not gradable or whatever. They're just nice VGFers. We got a Death of Thunderbird. This is a cool 70s horror comic with this monster that tries to kill all the X-Men. It's pretty freaking
Pretty
good.
good.
And I always remembered that crazy Dreamscape Cthulhu crazy thing where Professor X is going insane. But it's really Lilanya because she loves him, you know?
She loves him so much from space.
And we got, these are beautiful. These are great. So then this one, I always liked this as a kid. It's got a lot of good Wolverine, Jean Grey stuff in it. So they're just hanging out
All gone.
at the park. And Sentinels
going,
show
man.
up. They battle. And a lot of things are revealed in this issue, you know. Like Wolverine speaks Japanese, or that was a different one. But Wolverine
I'm a samurai.
has a name, Logan.
Logan.
And it's revealed he tears off her dress. Hey, not so blasted short. Anytime red. That's one of my favorite scenes, just rips it off.
A real man.
Well, she was complaining about running in her dress, and so he's like, all right, well, let me do
Tear
that.
off, man.
Then it's the last panels, they're all stuck in outer space. Oh, no. As a kid, you're like,
You
oh,
don't want to get lost in outer space.
Because I did read them in order.
Yes,
So,
of course.
and there they are, floating in space.
In space.
Just beautiful books. Oh, these are so trippy. And it all leads to Phoenix, right? Being reborn because she dies in the same thing.
I wonder.
These
how
are vintage. These are
terrible-
older than people think. This
Yeah,
is
they're kind of
77, 76, June of 76. I was
Before Star Wars.
8 years old.
The sweet spot. It's all downhill after 10, especially in this industry.
You just imagine the bargain. Oh, then look at that, the battle between the old
battle!
X-Men and the new X-Men.
Which is better? The children of the Atom or the children of Dave Cockrum?
They're robots, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Those many Marvel
I
madmen.
believe they're robots. When did Wolverine figure it out that he starts killing them?
These guys are robots.
Yeah. It ain't you, Jean Grey. And he just kills her. And they're
can
all
tell
like,
by
oh my God,
smelling
what have
her.
you done, you bloody homicidal maniac?
He can smell her
And
scent.
she's a robot, see? No, how could this be? This guy was tricked, you know? I was like, holy smokes.
deceived. So easily.
Oh, it's just wonderful. She's building her power, getting like crazy powerful. She pretty much knocks out Scott because he doesn't want her to sacrifice her life. And she's like, whatever, dude.
Scott
So she
Summers is
gets
kind
in
of a
there,
bitch.
controls it, gets down to earth, but then she dies.
It's phoenixed.
I sold the 101 already for $500
but
bucks, so
wow.
they're not in here. Sorry.
Just imagine what it would look like.
This is a fun one. Magneto Battle. It's always good. Another Cockrum Beauty. This is a nice one too. This one sucks. This is a fill-in issue, but they do play baseball, so that's cool. I think there's a baseball game in this one. Am I right? I don't know. Is this the first big? No, this is some horrible fill-in issue. Yuck. And this issue they were canceled. This was going to be the last issue of X-Men. They canceled it. These are really hard to find in high grade. It says at the height of the a lot of paper shortage. And this was it. They canceled it. It was not selling. But then somehow somebody, look at his cool costume. He killed the guy to get that. He killed Marvel's Timberwolf guy.
Starjammers.
Sick.
Orca, original vintage advertisement.
But then John Byrne says, "Hey, I'll draw X-Men." And
I'll save it.
And if you take a look at this pencils on this thing. Oh my god.
John Byrne's X-Men was the X-Men.
This is one of the finest comics ever fucking made.
It's based on Byrne and Claremont.
And they're like, well, maybe we don't cancel it. And it started to slowly sell better. Then the comic store phenomenon came into play.
About.
77, there weren't that many comic stores, but in a couple of years, the direct market really grew. And this is kind of the story of it. Like, this one's harder to get, but it's another fill-in issue. It sucks. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, my God. This is when it started to sell. Right around 78. Yeah, then their print runs kept going way up. The sell-through at the newsstand. These are still newsstand ones. They hadn't... the direct market was still not quite there. And these two were a part of a 3-pack. So these are common. A lot of them have a Whitman white box on them too. But these are real ones, so we always hated those as a kid. Whitman sucks! This is one he tried to be a Russian. Didn't work out though. This is about 125, 126 is when they got more common. If you can see, that's a comic store.
They're doing well. No more on the bubble of cancellation.
The reason why they put that on there is so comic stores wouldn't take their unsold copies and give them to newsstands for affidavit returns. And so they had to have a different classification, creating a variant on the comics.
Now it's all...
Because these are returnable, but those ones are not. But, it was 40 cents, so I don't know. These are all just beautiful. Look at that. Black Queen. Oh, man. This is some of the best shit ever.
And Jean gets mind controlling to go in full Hellfire Club.
Oh, man.
BDSM.
They just wrote Wolverine a little edge here.
There
it is.
Anyone.
The first Dark Phoenix.
The Phoenix gets darked.
Oh, there she is. This was always one of my faves because, I reread them when they came out. And this was like, it seemed like, what are we going to do here? I mean, they can't defeat her. She's just too powerful. Yan. Wolverine tried to play we're buddies card, but she's just turned a tree into solid gold and messed up Colossus, poor guy.
She can do whatever she wants with the Phoenix Force.
But I mean, the X-Men are not the most powerful raw team anyway. Oh, look at that sweet little... Spider-Man back. Silver Surfer even knows.
She's too much.
He knows.
She's too much woman for us.
And it says, see more of Silver Surfer in Epic Illustrated #1, which came out that same month, and it's incredible. That was probably my favorite book of the month. That month was epic. And this is where she kills the vegetable people.
Had it coming.
Just killed the whole planet.
They had it coming.
So once Shooter did that, that was the end of the line for her because of this stupid little thing right there.
Well,
yeah.
There's morality in superhero comics.
She had to go.
There's morality in superhero comics.
What else came out this month?
Heroes this year.
So X-Men 135, the best book that came out this month besides this.
You become a villain, you die.
Dazzler #1. Probably the best one besides it. Man-Thing #5, not the best book that came out that month. Now, I had a subscription to like 7 books. It's just crazy. I get a couple a week. It was so fun. Let's see, Make Mine Mutants, $5 for a 1-year subscription. $5 is a lot of money.
Back then, oh yeah.
In 1980, I wasn't working, but...
what, you were like 10?
Right, well... 12.
You can't have a job
12.
You can't have a job
I did detasseled corn.
Yeah, but this isn't a Dickens story.
All right, so that's that nice run. So, what else we got? Oh, then these are the choice ones from there that I gotta. These are like the ones that I gotta look up the CGC
That's
premium.
the one where
yeah,
it kills all the Hellfire
with the blood.
guys.
It's got the blood red panels where he's killing people, but then they retcon it. He didn't actually kill anybody.
I mean, they were robots. Yeah. There's no violence. It's
This
non-violent.
is the first one I got in my subscription was
Yeah.
this one. And look at that thing. Oh, what a beauty.
She's back. Was that when she was Madeline Pryor?
Well, she just, her pot,
Oh,
Professor X put some, like,
Cocoon
dampeners
on
into her
it.
brain, and they broke, so she started getting super powerful in this one. Yeah. She just started getting super powerful.
bringing her
This has
back.
got a Spider-Man one. It's always a little harder to find than you think, because Spider-Man's in it. But
Spider-Man's got that.
first
clout
appearance
and
of
that
Alpha
clout.
Flight.
Canada.
Then we got one of
That's
my,
okay
oh,
to be
this
Canadian.
is one of the best drawn comics ever. This one right here. 113, it's got Terry
that one
Austin at his finest.
Is that when Magneto was turned into a baby?
No, he was turned into a baby, and then he was turned back into a human, and he was pissed. Because they did turn him into a baby. They talk about it in here. But this has got like a ROG 2000 burn droid in it.
That's how all the Lilandra people look. What do they call them? Not the Star
They
Jammers.
reveal that she was a thief when she was a little
thief
girl.
when she was 10 in
this is-
Egypt.
The character
Now she's a
development in this is
storm
just so
goddess.
stunning. Oh my god. This is just such a well-drawn book. Look at the sweat. And then the lava's pouring through. Now this one, they all think each other died. They get separated. They each think that each other team died. And they didn't reveal that for many, many issues to each other, the characters. So they're all like,
Thankfully, you're
one
not
half goes to
dead.
the savage land, the other half escapes, right?
I'm the only surviving X-Men.
Let's see, Phoenix is all Phoenixed up. Even Magneto doesn't gonna have a chance against her. Then we got the ever lame arcade, but back then it was like,
It's awesome.
but not now, because every arcade story is the same. It sucks.
Because now we're looking back at arcades as opposed to looking forward.
This doesn't have quite the better. This doesn't have the inking like the other one. For some reason, Austin and Byrne really clicked. This almost looked like it's Ghost Ink to me. I don't know. Doesn't it? It doesn't exactly look like 100% Austin. But like, look at that. I don't know, that's not very Austin-y. That's like orchid shit. I don't know. I'll have to look up that one. This is one of my faves.
Yes.
That beautiful cover. These two were like, Black Tom and Juggernaut were buddies.
For a moment.
But it's revealed that Storm has claustrophobia, which is a weird thing.
Oh,
These are beautiful books. Now, I'm not sure what, I gotta look it up, right? I'm not sure what this goes for, but it's gotta be $100, right?
it better be.
It's a nice VF one.
It
All right.
better be.
Then we got some older ones. All right, we got the first Havoc. I don't
A
know.
man called Havoc.
VGF. We got a beautiful Steranko cover. Wow. She's got the Secret Devil sign going too, which is always nice.
Whoa, full strange.
And then these two.
These
We'll
are
end it on
future
these two.
best.
These are perhaps two of the greatest modern books ever. These two right here.
Whoa.
And yes, the old man thinks 1980 is a modern book.
It is modern, relatively. It's more modern than Motion Picture Funnies #3.
This is when they unleashed the multiverse on everyone.
They did, and we never came back from that.
Oh, we like it though,
It's good.
because
It means we all get
old
to
man
have our
Wolf.
cake.
That's old man Logan, right?
Well, he's got dye in his hair. He's probably the same age. I mean, think about it. He's
But
not
old
a-
man Logan didn't make it in this issue.
He never makes it.
He
He's
does.
too
He
powerful.
does. He does get killed in there.
It's the first time they killed all the X-Men.
But I'm not sure in the annals of comic books there's much more of an iconic cover than that.
Nope, that is the one.
And so, guys, this book will always be $500 in nice shape. I mean, there aren't that many of
This
them
is the
in
X-Men.
nice shape.
This is the thing. The thing that has passed us.
You want my guesstimate? There's 50,000 of these books that are gradable.
Barely.
That's it.
Barely.
And there's way more than 50,000 people that want it.
It's 1,050,000,000 peoples.
And most of these books were fucked up because people read them.
Losers. You're not supposed to read comics.
Yeah, what kind of a loser opens up a comic book and starts
damage it. You can damage it by
what kind of an
reading it.
idiot does that?
The oil is
You know
from
what? I just opened this book for the first fucking
O.J.
time.
Simpson.
You could feel it.
America's
The pages
hero.
were connected, and that was a holy shit. That smells like 1970.
Isn't it good? It smells like comfort and joy.
So they're all dead in this alternate
They
future.
died in the year 2070.
Franklin Richards is in there.
Killed them all. 'cause
Now they
were
couldn't do
mutants.
this like, but they did it as good as they could in the
Yeah, I
movie.
mean, yeah, I mean-
It was a good movie.
Well, they had to make it about something completely different. But Peter Dinklage
By this
hates
point,
the
John
X-Men because
Byrne
they're
was
too
getting
tall.
mad at Claremont because Claremont wouldn't give up the writer credit, and Byrne wanted the
He's
writer
like,
credit.
I'm the greatest writer ever.
Well,
I'm
Claremont
Chris Claremont.
obviously was the brains behind the whole run, but towards the end, Byrne was really bringing some ideas into
He's
it.
the one drawing them. Chris
Well,
Claremont
he
can't
wanted
draw.
a writer's credit.
Drawing
Yeah, they
is
wouldn't
very
give him
hard.
one.
Drawing is very
They
hard.
wouldn't give him one.
It hurts your hands.
Then we got this is when they repurposed Mystique.
She's trying to be good, leading the Brotherhood.
No,
of
she's
Heroes?
evil. Oh no, she's the reason why this whole thing starts.
Oh yeah, she killed Senator Kelly.
Yeah.
I forgot the whole plot.
But yeah, these are wonderful. And so,
All gone.
then I got, a bunch of other stuff too. I won't get into it. But
Gone
I got,
forever.
this will go good with this stuff here that I just got into. We got a nice run of FF. We got an FF1 and a 181. Anyway,
The good stuff.
this is where the posers don't live.
Posers
Bye.
don't live.